project and Third Day Carry Canada. Um, I know I've been very active in the last several months since early summer. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit update what's going on here. A lot of issues happen in my personal life, and it's gotten to the point where I need to share. So it's came to fruition tonight, and basically I got fucked over. Um, by a family in Barrie who was renting a room off. I basically last summer 2020 I spent roughly $1,200 on a basic starter set of tools. And if you know tool cut prices and all this, and yeah, I'm trying to get my move forward, get back on track. Uh, what was happening in previous years. Well, I basically the last several months, probably over a lot, maybe the last year, anyways. I've been getting it verbally, physically attacked. More so, the physical stuff's more last month, a couple months, anyways. But emotionally attacked by Alex Gordon and Donovan Gordon. I'm gonna mention their names. They're worthless. They're worthless, sapped as shit. And this is I can't sleep tonight. It's one quarter after 1 in the morning. I've been up since yesterday. Yesterday, since about 7 o'clock, 7:30 in the morning, or overall. So I'm kind of pissed off. I tried to sleep, but guess what? I couldn't go to sleep. I couldn't calm down enough. It's disgusting. The treatment I got, being stuff they were doing, saying to me, and I mean, people said, "Just let it roll off your shoulders. Let it roll." I tried. I absolutely tried. These two are absolutely disgusting human beings. Um, Basically, called me a racist, bigot, and a womanizing asshole. Even all my friends who know me for a long time know that I'm neither of those two. It's like put it this way: two of my closest friends are women. Okay, they're like sisters to me. They're my little sisters. Anything ever happened to them, or anybody ever hurt them, or caused them issues or grief, so help the soul that did it. So I mean, even last week, I mean, I get a message on Saturday morning, on Saturday last weekend, from one of my very good friends. I'm not going to name; they don't need to be named in here. Uh, for their own protection, and saying, "Oh, this person, Alex, is sending me these messages, and I don't feel comfortable." And it's like I was like, the shock on my face. Like, no, there's more shock. No, it wasn't surprise. Like he has the gall to go to try to hurt me through people I care deeply about. If that's not a disgusting human being, I don't know what is. Okay, you have issues with me, you deal with me and deal with me alone. You call me coward, you strangle me, try to kill me, and you have the gall to say that. I mean, it's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Okay, that I get treated like I'm always wrong. I spent 2 years in North Bay Canada College aviation program, worked about 3 years in the industry, and doing multiple different roles. And having this little punk ass kid, Alex, tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's not how it is. My buddy Jordan here, or whatever the fuck his name was, says it's like this, this, this. Like, really? Have you worked in the industry? If not, shut the fuck up. Trying to explain to him how the pressurization system on a commercial aircraft works. Like, oh, that's not how it works. There's no bleed air. No, blah, 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 blah. Well, Alex, let's say this right to you now. If you're, I know he's gonna watch this. He's a fucking retard. He's gonna watch it. He's a fucking dumbass. Begin with, he's a child. He's a coward. Okay. He has no clue about just about anything. His mechanical skills are non-existent. He should not touch a tool. He's not qualified to touch a bloody screwdriver. He thinks he knows everything. He's the wizard of everything. Um, how I operate? Here's how I operate. If someone thinks they know more than me, I let them do it. I let them make an ass of themselves. Okay, that's just how I was taught. Because I worked with the old farts I worked with. That's how they do you fuck up and like, here's how you do it. They show you the right way to do it. I also work, as you can see, I work on a program. I'm wearing the hat for the project I'm working on besides this, which I've been unable to kind of do anything in the last little while due to the stress, the anxiety, all the issues, the emotional issues that are just like, I can't focus. So they understand. I've told them what's going on. The group knows what's going on with me, and they understand. It's like, and I've this all community. But the last, they know what's going on, and they understand. I'm very lucky. One of the guys in the group people is one of my college professors, Canada. So he's an awesome human being. The laptop I'm using to make this video right now, he gave me. It's his old laptop. I mean, ain't the greatest laptop, but it works. And it's what I need. It does what I need it to do. So let's make this video. Uh, I will say this: 10 years ago, I was an angry human. I was an angry person, very angry person. I grew out of that thanks to a few people I've met. Those two of the good friends that I have, I'm not going to name. One of them helped me out big time tonight. So thank you very much to that person. They already know how much I care about them. So that's the one thing. It's ridiculous. They helped me out. They knew who I really am. Okay. Well, it's I basically last Friday. I'll tell you a little what happened, what led up to the whole situation that happened tonight. Um, apparently, there's a page from back in the day, 10, 11 years ago, anyways, 9, 10, 11 years ago, called Conservative News, which I ran. I ran with a group of people, 4 or 5 people. We were spammed attacked by a group of people who didn't like what apparently I threatened one of them, the ringleader, who was a CBC reporter, investigative reporter for the CBC, or the Canadian News Broadcasting Corporation here in Canada, and apparently I threatened her because something about Occupy or whatever. I don't remember all the details 100%. Um, it wasn't a threat. I was venting. Because the stupidity I was seeing at the time, being attacked, like, oh, you're conservative. Well, I didn't know it was illegal to be conservative. It's not illegal to be a conservative, not illegal to be a liberal. I hate liberal policy. Like, I hate liberals with a passion. But sometimes they do get things right. I'm gonna say that. I'm one of those. I'm all over the spectrum, political spectrum. So this will play into the later part of the story. It's one of those things. We caught a comment. I got word that this investigative reporter posted very slanderous comments about me and just a bunch of horse shit. So we wrote one of my project kind of people in the project, the conservative news project realm, EDC realm. It was kind of tied. It was all tied into one. We kind of ran it in under the same kind of specific different pages on WordPress. So the guys are doing the news and all this. Me and this one writer. I did all the posting, so I kind of came under my name and all this. So we posted this article countering each point this investigative reporter made. So, and she got word of it and basically made up a whole bunch of bullshit. There's apparently a lawyer contacted me to cease and desist and all this bullshit, which never happened. So going through it, we kind of forgot about it. December 2013, her son, this person, the investigator for her son, is getting charged with sexual assault and rape in his high school. So she's talking about one of her little report articles she wrote or blog she wrote and mentioned me by name. So I'm wondering why I'm getting all these emails suddenly from WordPress from an article 2 years, 3 years previous, a couple years previous. So I'm just reading and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? What's going on? And thankfully somebody shared the link to the hit job on it. This is 2013-ish. This is late 2013. How I can be certain was one of my closest friends. We just kind of met each other. We had coffee a couple times already, and I was worried about her safety, so I wanted to kibosh to that right away. Plus, like a potential person at the time, she was a potential serious potential to be a life partner, so to speak. Now it's how we see each other. We're more brother sister, big brother little sister type relationship. So I look out for her. I protect her. I want to keep her out of it. So going on, it's years. I lost track of those pages and those channels and all this. I have no log. I can't log into just those old channels anymore. They're pre-Google, taking over YouTube days. So I have no access to any of it. I forget the emails used to make those accounts. So, well, guess what? I can't do fuck all. So, fast forward about a month or so ago, Alex finds this article that's been I forgot about. As I put this person way outside of my mind, the situation dealt with, and it was once. I didn't find another article. I just kind of shared an article on it. One of the guys in the project, John Richards, or sorry, not John Richards, John Clark, wrote. He wrote the other article and wrote this other article too on that Twitterverse criminal case involving with Twitter, with Mr. Elliott and a couple other being charged by two women, which during my family member, my blood relative investigation discovered a connection to the one article, to the person with Sun, CBC's investigative journalist. So we sent all our evidence because we even thought here that page, that blog, sort of news, they're going to come after us. We literally thought that. We're on Twitter. We kind of said our piece. We stirred around. After all, this and part of it too was the one back in 2011, 2010, 2011. I had to go to Toronto City Hall for deputations for a youth shelter program. Uh, Deputed had Adam Bond, Rob Ford, Doug Ford, Paul and Silly, and a few others, Mike Layton, and a couple of ladies and gentlemen that were in the chambers that were doing deputations. So I made a few contacts there, talked to a person I despise. Okay, I may despise you politically, but doesn't mean you're not a good person. Okay, I give you the respect. Okay, I'll respect everyone until they give me a reason not to show them any respect. Um, to me, that's just being a good human being. That's being a man. You show me respect, I'll show you respect. And until you give me a reason not to show you any respect, we'll go. Keep on going. I'll do this. Brush it off. Okay? So talking with this youth shelter. Well, this investigative reporter was playing a protest and invoking the shelter's ban, and I basically go and ask her, please don't mention the shelter. We don't need your help. We have it under control. We're going to make what we need to have happen is going to happen. And what we wanted to happen did happen without the protest. And I believe it was only about 4 or 5 people, if I remember correctly. It wasn't really a protest, just like amateur hour, which it is. So all that. The next meeting was December, I believe, I want to say December 6th of that year. I couldn't go because all this blew up. The initial part of it blew up. Thanks to John Clark's masterful writing piece. Okay. So keep in mind, what I'm saying, what I just told you about this rescue reporter and all that, what's going on back in 2011 to 2013, is going to come back and play about the current situation very shortly. Okay, so we're doing this. I can't go due to all what's going on. It's like it happens. They moved the shelter from Strawn Avenue, the old fire hall, which is now condos. Last time I was down there, they're building condos. We're already going up. They moved from there to, I think, Queen and Richmond in Toronto, if I remember correctly. Okay. So we got our job done. Yay, we won. City. I'll say this: Doug and Rob Ford, they didn't want city council. They were trying to find a reasonable solution to the problem, and I believe they were a big part in the whole thing. Why we got to that point. So, fast forward to 2020, summer 2020, with Donovan Gordon. There's an incident with Donovan Gordon, the start of it. There's I think it was, I want to say Hamilton, a young child was shot in a drive-by. Suspect was caught. I made the comment, this punk needs to get a certain needs to get a serious fucking beat down. Okay? He needs a Rodney King style beat down. I mean, I'm serious, okay? That may sound kind of bad, but for hurting kids, you deserve to get a serious beat down, okay? Sorry. I mean, that's racist. That's your whatever you want to say. It's not. To me, it's not. It's 100%. It's the facts of the matter. Like, young child was hurt. You don't do that. I mean, if I was a cop, the suspect would not have. He would have been going to station with a few beers, which is good thing I'm not a cop sometimes. But was it right for me to say that? No. I should choose different, better words. Okay, I put that in context surrounding King part of it in context of just I have. It's kind of you're just sensory overload. Everything's going on. The shit that's hitting the fan. Okay, remember I moved into this house. Rented this house starting in November 2019. Okay, this is so get to know yes, kind of that buffer zone. Um, this to me that's not racist. The whole you know what we mentioned Ronnie King probably in this little guy Donovan's feeble mind. Okay, I gotta remember it's a little bit Donovan. Okay, he joined the military. He did the basic training, went through basic training, no problem. Got out, was posted to Camp Borden for his military operation specialty training. I believe so. MSC Ops. So the logistics boys, the armed forces, military, okay, military. He didn't even make it. He got out before he even made it to his training. He started his MOS training. Okay, keep that in mind. Okay, because it's going to kind of say to me that's a cowardly move. That's just a selfish move. Spend taxpayers' money to train you, to feed you, house you for 3 months or whatever it was, to not even make it MOS training. To me, that's a coward, and not deploy. That's a coward. You didn't live up to your obligation, your contract you signed when you applied. Honestly, I was like, no, you're in for 3 years. Personally, with me, it's like, nope, you ain't getting out till your commitment's done, till you paid off your debt to us, so to speak. But I digress here. I'm digressing as usual. Um, so yeah, it's that thing. So we'll fast forward to the last little bit. All the insults, childish name calling, saying, "Oh, you're wrong. You don't know what you're talking about." All the usual gaslighting at bullying mentality of the two children. They're not men. They're boys. They're children. They're cowards, really. So it's like, and you know what? It's one of those things. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. These two think they're better mechanic, better driver than I am. Ha! Sorry, you guys suck at driving. When you backed a fucking SUV into a wall. Okay, the other one, I'll give Alex credit. He's better at driving in one aspect. Pulling in and back and trailers up. I can't do it. I don't have a need for it. Never had a need for back and trailer driving with a towing a trailer. If I don't have a need for it, I'm going to do it. Okay. They have some really stupid ideas about licensing automobile cars and all this stuff. I'm not going to get into it. It's that fucking stupid. She'd be like, okay, I'm going to say it. Actually, it's every type of car. Let's say a Fiat 500 and different sizes. You need a special license to drive each start. You start with the Fiat 500 size, then you work your way up. No, stupid. Car's a car. They all drive the same. Sorry, it's a special license for luxury vehicles. Stupid. Like, oh, because they don't have the same sound. Like, hey, when I drive a car, I'll tell you this: I'm not paying attention to any sound. I'm more listening to the road sound, my tires, how I turn the car, the sound my tires are making. I'm more worried about that than I am engine sound. Okay, I'm not heavy footed. I had a. I'll say this: the car I had when I was last driving, I had a lot of medical issues too, so that preclude me from driving currently. So I have some medical issues I'm working through. I just don't want to be on the road. I don't feel comfortable and safe on the road right now, so I'm not on the road. Um, I can sort of hear the road sounds. My car was a 2016 Kia Forte, was my last car. I was getting the average book value Highway City was I think it was 5.6, 5.7 liters per 100 kilometers, which is perfect. Nice. That's excellent. That's perfect. Okay, but I was getting combined 4.9, 4.7 to 4.9 liters per 100 kilometers. So that's well over 1,000 kilometers per tank of gas. Okay, or technically, well over 1,000 in theoretical math. Is it? Here's what they said. That's not possible. It's just blah 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 blah. It's like, I'm telling you what I do. I got with fuel mileage. Okay, that's simple as that. So, as most people know, I used to work in aviation. So I went to school to become an aircraft maintenance technician (AMT), which led to getting AME license, which I got out of the industry. I burnt out before I got to that point. I was probably about 150, 200 hours again my life be able to write my tickets for it. I got out of the industry, just burnt out. When you're dealing with 400 people's lives in your hand and you don't put this bolt in right or whatever, you can kill those 400 people. It grates on you after a while, and some people are just not cut out for long term in the industry. I found that out. I wish I found it sooner, but you know what? I have those skills in the trades. My college professor that I worked their project with, we've we've been friends pretty much for quite a long time. We kept in touch over the years, and we've actually become good friends. I have absolute respect for this gentleman. Like I said, he's one of those guys. He will give you the shit. Would give you he gave me the laptop. He didn't have to. My laptop, previous laptop, was stolen. Because I was homeless for about 2.5 years here where I am, Barrie. So yeah, so I've had a hard life, and I was trying to get it back online, back on track. I want to go back to school, get my auto mechanics tickets, uh, just automotive technician tickets. I want them all. I just want to be master mechanic. I have that. Every mechanic has their own way to look at things. They think through the problems differently, which is a good thing. Is also it's a very good thing, but it also creates conflict. So I'm a customer oriented person. I'm not going to rip a customer off. I tell family and I tell them, you pay me what you feel comfortable with paying me. You get the parts. I'll change and we'll do whatever. I'll do it all for you. I'll do the work for you. You get the parts. I'll do the work. You get what I need. I ask you to get what you need for your vehicle. I'll put them on. I'll change the parts. I'll fix it. Service your vehicle for service your vehicle and all that. Okay. I mean, and I'm fair with that. You pay me what you think is a reasonable cost. What's reasonable? So, which like okay, like oil change, I basically paid $20. Oil change, simple, straightforward. An idiot can do it. Well, yeah, and I was helping Mr. Alex doing an oil change on a Dodge Caravan. Ah, God, this kid's an idiot. Um, Absolute fucking mechanical idiot. He shouldn't be touching anywhere near cars or engines. He's that fucking stupid. He tried to blame the part was damaged before he took it off. No, it wasn't. I looked at it before he took it off. It was fine. He took it off. It was fine. When you put it on, you over torque it. You split the housing, you split the O-rings, you just cracked it, and yeah. It's one of those cartridge style filters, like the Ecotech, the Chevy Ecotech engines, those little cartridge paper filters. This is one of those type of that style filter on this fan. He cracked it and caused major oil leak. Okay, I did on family members credit. The oil change on their car twice. Like last year and this past year in September, I did the oil change for her. And no leaks both times. You don't need a wrench on those type of filters. Put the cap back on it for the where it is. You pinch the O-ring, you fucking shattered it, you tore it up, and you get the leak. Okay, how did I do some of those so well? Hmm. Oh yes, those are common filters in aviation in some areas. Hmm. So maybe I know a thing or two. What do you think? I've never had a leak never had a leak on oil change. Not once. Okay. Um. What else can I say? So yeah, going through it. This last 7 months, the name calling, the berating, you're full of shit. You know what you're talking about. That's not it. As we're talking about pressurization or aircraft pressurization systems, this Alex says he starts saying, "Ah, you know what you're talking about." I just get, I'm at the point I'm fed up. I said, "Really? You don't know a damn how? Why do you say that?" Oh, because there's no bleed air when it comes to this. That doesn't make any sense. Like, oh, who said that to you? He said somebody's name. It's like, oh, hmm. How come I have the certificate? I have the qualification to look at the purchase of the aircraft, the packs in the aircraft, the air conditioning packs, which provide the air into the cockpit, into the cabin, that pressurizes the aircraft. The control valve, the outflow valve, the control valve is what regulates the air cabin pressure. It's like that on every pressurized aircraft, basically the same on all pressurized aircraft. There's probably some differences with, if I remember correctly, it's just so long ago I've done the systems course, so my memories on it are foggy. So that I would say I probably forgot more about aircraft than this kid ever knew by about 20 times. Okay, what's going on with that? Okay, but about couple weeks ago, we're talking about why can't we put refueling? Why the commercial aircraft refueling? Can we refuel them? Said no, you can't. The systems are not in there on the aircraft. He said, oh yeah, they're on there. All aircraft have it. Blah 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 blah. Mr. Know It All thinks he knows everything. He says he calls Air Force One a civilian aircraft. Oh, it ain't. It's actually a special. It's a military aircraft. It has its own designation. It's a 747 special, but it's also a VC-25. Okay, it's specially modified for its role. Okay, it's an executive transport, presidential transport, whole 9 yards. It has all special systems. Military aircraft. Technically, it falls under category as a military aircraft, not a civilian aircraft. The whole thing was civilian. And he also called Air Force One a 737. Not a 747 that it is. He called it a 737. Like, you don't want to drop him. It's trying to say I'm an idiot. Hmm. Back me up, kid. Back me up. I mean, I'm a Kia guy. I like Kias. I like Hyundais. I'm not very myopic when it comes to cars. The only car I'll never drive is fucking Toyota. I have my reasons for that. I just don't like them. Just never liked them. I felt to me, the cabins felt cheap, flimsy. This, just were, for me, they just didn't matter. I just don't like them. Okay, it's personally why. It's like, I guess I was in a friend's car, uh, and he just picked the car up maybe about a couple weeks before, week before, week previous, like Monday or Tuesday, picked up a Thursday, I think, or previous Thursday. This is, I think, this is so long ago. Um, he had maybe 100, 200 kilometers in the car. We were going down one of the back roads, coming back, so go visit him up his family farm up not far from here. And we're on the one back road, and boom, the engine let go. We're in the middle of the country. We're in the sticks, pretty much. We're in remote area. We're in a very rural area here. Uh, calls a tow truck, brings back to the. He says he sends me and says, "You're my." He goes into. I want my money back. Was very paid cash, straight up. He was saved up for about 4 years to buy a car. Just buy a brand new car. He's putting about, I don't know how much he's putting away each month. He was putting about 300-400 bucks a month away for to buy this car, buy a car. So he saved. Finally, he had the money to pay cash and some leftovers for the insurance and the incidentals and that you need when you buy a car. So yeah, just behind that experience. Hmm. Soured me on Toyota. I mean, it was a lemon engine. I get it, and it just now just soured me from on Toyotas on their cars. Their trucks are another story. Um, so when I had a point about 4 or 5 years ago, I had my license. I was like, okay, I just got tired of walking and not having a vehicle to go and explore Ontario or go out east on my own and just live on the open road, so to speak. I end up going. Contacted this one broker who I told him, okay, no Toyotas, no Hondas. Honda, no, I like Hondas. I love Hondas. I'll say that they're great cars. I don't bash them. I used to work there, so they're great cars. But I didn't want to take my work home with me because the two vehicles I was looking at were basically was going to buy a Honda was this Honda Civic and the CRV were my two options I was looking at. So I ended up going with the Civic Class right off the hop. So I said, well, the gentleman I was talking to, I forget his name, is Mike something or other, Mike Bartle, I believe it was. Um, he goes, well, I never thought of a Kia Forte or a Kia Rio or a Kia Forte. Uh, Not really. I mean, I've never really thought they were that good. Okay, well, Peter Schreier from Audi is what was put on the design team. Like, I knew that name. I love Audis. Okay, I love Audis. I heard that name. I'm like, you designed this car? You did something on this car? I'll give it a shot. So I bought the first Forte. Within, let's say, a week or two, I fell over the car. Literally, it drove like a dream. Drove like a champ. I could feel it. I like the steering, the responsiveness of the steering. Like the feel of it. Nice little. It was just right for me. Okay, everybody's different. We all like our own things. Okay, so yeah. Okay, going. I have leaving Tim Hortons in Alliston. I'm pulling out the Tim Hortons. There's a little speed bump in this plot in this little area where the Tim Hortons is. Coming out, I'm making a right hand turn to go down Industrial Parkway to go for a little hike. There's a little hiking trail. I just need to clear my head that morning. They're coming out. Just I was not in the condition to be driving that morning. I'm not impaired in any way. It was just how it was. I was not mentally prepared driving mentally. It was just it was a mental situation. So I go turn, hit the speed bump. As I'm hitting, I want to hit the slow down, hit the speed bump, go over, so I don't wrap my front end. I hate speed bumps, by the way. Uh, hit the speed bump, a little bit of energy to it, so car in front of it goes. Well, I was just lifting my foot up off the gas to go to the brake, so it's kind of doing that transition. Well, I hit the speed bump. Car goes up, put gas, car takes up. I'm trying to do it. I don't have the space to make the turn proper. So I go and I go through the whole thing right to the middle of the road. There's a steel light post in the median. Hit off center to the passenger side of my car. Front end, the dash on the passenger side was moved back towards that about 6, 7 inches. I estimate my estimate it is. So it's going pretty good clip. Shit happens. It's an accident. It was an accident. It happens. Um, I open the door. I get out of the car on my own power, which potentially I could have been in bad shape. I walk away, go to the hospital, and I had to take time off from work just to recover, not physically but psychologically, mentally. It was my first kind of newish car. I was driven. That's my name. I just totaled. Okay, so go forward. My sister tries to. Uh, she had a new car. She just bought a different other car. She had nobody want to take her old one. So we had to get it at the we still really had safety and all this. I go and do kind of a pre-safety on the car just to go through it, and I go in and check the check brakes. I just go, I hit the brake pressure, then right down like fuck. You know the car, look underneath. I'm not looking at sheet metal or body pans and all this. I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at mechanical. I'm looking at mechanics. I see a pool of brake fluid just under where the drive between the driver passenger with this one line is rear brake. This line going to the rear brakes burst. Okay, I can change the part out in the driveway. It's not a big deal. We brought it to the shop. It's just I don't want the shop to do it. Whatever it costs, we'll work a agreement for payment. So she was going to give the card free. She wanted a little bit of money back for it, which is fair enough. I had no qualms about doing that. Where here $100 a week for 3 weeks. I had the car for that. at fall and winter, it's what it is. I mean, probably lost me the winter and to get all the insurance stuff settled for the other one, which I was very thankful to the person, the guys that towed my car from that accident. Uh, I happen to know the guys on there. I went to school with them and all this. So he's like, his dad's saying, okay, here's what you want to do. Boom, 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 boom. So I go and do that. I just say, well, get an idea how much I might get back from insurance. So I'm like, okay. I paid 13.9 for the car. I believe the first one, anyways. Yeah. My insurance settlement for the car was almost 15,000. So that's saved by a car, people. Get lucky sometimes with that. I guess there's a higher value in my area for the car I had, the trim I had, and all that. So I found the car actually I saw when I was doing my research on the value for insurance is the car I ended up buying. I just bought it the exact. I bought the exact same car, pretty much. It's the only thing different is the VIN number. Really, um, combine the two cars, tried to get rid of it. 148,000 kilometers in about a year and a half ish, less than a year and a half. Think about that. 140,000 kilometers in just over a year. If I kept healthy, everything was kind of, my life went smoothly, a bit more smoother. I'd probably be well over 500,000, almost 600,000 kilometers on the one car. So I've been all over the place with that car. It was a great little car. The only issue either of those two cars ever gave me that left me stranded was battery related. So it's not even a Kia fault. And Donovan now say, "Oh, Kias are garbage. Kias are garbage. Hondas are garbage. They don't. The motors are crap. Automan's fall out." No. It's only the two motors, the Theta motors, the 2 liter and the 2.4 liter. I know this is off topic a little bit. It goes into it kind of gets under my skin, which it's like you say, oh, it's the 1.8s including that. They're all crap engines. Okay, why? Is there 4 cylinders? 4 bangers? You need your big V8s. You don't need a big fucking V8. Who does? So I had no idea. No, it's only these two motors. It's the Theta motors. It's the 1.8, the G. Like I said, the complete fucking idiots. Okay? Going forward, going to that, last month, something's happened. This whole CBC investigative journalist thing finds the article that John Clark wrote that he sent me and I posted. So that's what I do. I'm running the page, so I kind of want to keep track of what gets onto it. And Alex found it. Said, "Oh, this is my friend's cousin. She's ODP threatened her and blah 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 blah." So I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about, Alex?" Like, come on. Shows me the article. I start laughing. It's like, oh yeah. It's like, Philip, that's sexist. You're threatening to shoot a mother in ODS. Like, really? No, I didn't. She took it. She kind of shouldn't fall in my stuff. But anywhere near my stuff. This is me venting. There's a reason why my Facebook page is locked down. There's some posts that are public for good reasons. Uh, it's just a warning to people who want to come after me and discredit me and belittle me, insult me, and act like a bunch of children to me. I guarantee you, I'm going to say Alex and Donna will see this, and they're actually little fucking children. That's what they are, really. That is what they are. So, okay, he sees this up, and Donna finds the one about the Twitter Twitterverse court case. And they're going, it's like, you really hate women that much? I'm like, bro, what? They said, why are you not defending yourself? Why are you not defending? Why would I defend something I didn't write? I posted. I trust my guys. I trust the team to give me stuff that's not gonna. Well, no, you just care. You say you weren't a conservative. It's like I'm not a conservative. Well, that page is great, yes, but it's unbiased news. They have conservative there, but we don't really give a shit about left, right, center, whatever type of politics. We want honest, unbiased reporting, news, articles, opinions. These are opinion pieces. Okay, it's a book. It's an opinion. Somebody's opinion. Let's see. Your opinions are being told your opinion's wrong. Like why? Because you don't agree with it. You don't have all the facts. So gun control is one issue that I'm very interested in. So we don't really talk about gun control on this project or the everyday carry. But you know what? It's something that is a lot of our members. We have some members from the U.S. We have members from all over the world. So we're going to talk about firearms from time to time. I remember for back in the day, I did an interview with Sean Bevins. Okay, Sean, what at the time he was starting off his company for muzzle brakes and other firearm accessories. He was high level guy at the National Firearms Association here in Canada, and he was whole throughout and whole 9 years, his whole mess back then. So we're not going to talk about that. So yeah, doing that, talking about it, I'm just thinking, how am I the one that doesn't know anything about firearms law in this country? Even your friend Donovan says I'm right. But you're too fucking stupid. You're so self-centered. Even Alex, your best friend, says without Alex's dad, there's nobody to whack him upside the head with the other line. They honestly think they can remember everything. Um, so yeah, it's one of those things. People need to stop, think, not act like a bunch of fucking children when somebody tells you you're wrong. Okay, I know what I know. Okay, I don't say it that I know everything. I don't know everything. But when it comes to aircraft, I forgot a lot more what these two kids know or think they know. Say, think they know. They don't know much. They don't know pretty much nothing about aircraft. I had Alex start telling me, "Oh, you never get the aero. The government's never going to allow you to fly. Nobody's talking about you to fly. They're already on board. Pretty much already on board. It's you don't need the military approval. So it was never a military aircraft that entered service. Okay, so it was still technically an experimental aircraft owned by AV Row. And we are basically working with the guys with this project for that have all the rights to AV Row, Avro. So they're on board with the project. Really, Alex, you say we're not going to be able to fly it. We are. It's going to fly. It's like you can't build it. You don't have people that knowledgeable. You just get Bob or one of his friends named Bob and Pat to go in on the project. Like they could probably actually have a bit more experience and knowledge than a bunch of guys that have probably close to 100 years combined in aviation experience between all of us. One person, he has close to 45 years of experience in the field. So yeah, another 4 or 5 of us, we would probably have the last 50 years. So we've got 100 years of experience, Navy experience in the project, just off the top of my head. Go figure, Alex. You have what? Zero time around airplanes? You want to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. Bob, this is his friend Bob. I'm gonna say that he worked in aviation maybe probably a couple of years or so. Because he's like double chats and we had the double chat and everything. What was it? Well, I'm looking at this. I'm just looking at it to me the one day. It's like that's how it is. If you don't like it, you don't have to be double checked. You're too cocky. Yourself too sure of yourself, and that's not good in aviation. That's where fuck ups happen. He's a Mickey Mouser. I call him Mickey Mouser. He does Mickey Mouse little things that work, but in all reality, they're not not the right way to do things. Maybe in his world, stuff works. Yeah, some of the stuff does work. It was very helpful. I learned a little bit from Bob. I learned something from Bob. Okay, Bob I can work with. Bob is pretty decent. Alex, on the other hand, Donovan, they're complete utter idiots when it comes to mechanics and everything else. He's too sure of himself everything. It's like, oh, he tells me how to grind coffee. It's like, kid, I've been grinding coffee for a lot longer than you have, so fuck off. Yeah, so going up now into this last little week with this Amy, the CDC goes and starts flipping out. It's like, you hate women, you fucking a womanizer, whatever. You don't believe in women's rights. Actually, you don't know that. I do believe in women's rights. I pushed some good friends. A friend of mine's daughter, maybe about 15 years. He's a little bit older than me. His daughter's about 10, 15 years younger than me. And I got her into going for what's traditionally a male dominated industry, aviation, into the aviation area. Aviation. I always push, support women joining these positions, getting into these high tech, male dominated industries. That's just who I am. I mean, they can do the job. I say, well, I don't give a shit what the job is. One can do it. If they can do it, they can do it. Deal with it. Those sexist pig guys that are like Allison Donovan, they can do it. Let them do it. I mean, if let's say I was working a shop at Oil Tech or wherever, doing some mechanical work, and let's say little Tina here comes in the shop looking for a job. I don't have any office clerical work. Say, well, how do you work? How do you mind getting your hands dirty? Mind getting dirty? Not in that kind of way, but in getting your hands dirty, getting elbows deep into an engine compartment type of deal. They say, yeah, oh, just need a job. So I'll show them it, take you under my wing, and show you, get you interested in the mechanical work. People say women can't do mechanical work. I mean, they're probably the best mechanics out there. I love working with women mechanics. They just boom, they're on the ball. They think differently than you, so they make you think too. You can learn from them how they do things. No, you're not gonna understand a woman's mind from it. That's physically human, not humanly possible to understand a woman's mind. But you don't have to. Just you take care of them, they take care of you. It's equal. It's equal. It's equality. You take care of your women, your wives, girlfriends. They'll take care of you. Simple as that. You don't like that point of view. Well, tough. That's how it's. That's why I am. If you want, some of my best friends are women. See, two of them are my two very best friends. I more like sisters to me. How well we know each other, and the only ones when I'm down. That's like talk. I need to talk to one of you. They usually bring me right back into where I need to be. Very short. So yeah. So this helped me to Friday when all this. It's like, well, we need to talk about this, blah 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 blah. It's like, what do you? I said, they asked me what I try to explain the situation, my background, what's happening in my life, why my head's so, my why I'm so messed up sometimes. Try to explain to him he didn't really give a shit, and he just started doing his Alex, I'm better than you attitude mentality, which he does a lot. He thinks he's better than everybody else. Then he says, "What are your plans?" Well, I told him I made a mistake, and so I'm like, I'm looking for actually gonna be looking for a new place somewhere else. I mean, I'm getting there for my personal safety. Don't feel safe. He lunges across the table, starts wailing at me. I go upstairs to pack my stuff to get out. He chases me down, throws me to the ground, puts his hands around my neck. Well, my hands are like, I'm just trying to protect my face from, he has hands just around me and on my neck. So I go pack my stuff, getting all of my stuff ready. Boom. Didn't pack. I packed all my valuables. 99% of my very important things I packed. I didn't pack any changes of clothes, nothing. Didn't pack any. Pack some of my tools. Managed to make my bag, big bag, is still there. But does this, so I basically have nothing. I walk out, have my laptop. Of course, I'm not gonna leave it there. These fucking idiots are cuckoo. They're nuts. They belong in the paddock room with a straight jacket on, both of them. That's me being nice. What they really deserve, I cannot talk about. So yeah, go pack stuff. Boom. Saturday, it was the Saturday morning, so last Saturday. Alex starts harassing my friends. So I told them, block him from all way avenues to contact you. The one friend did both. Blocked him the whole 9 yards. So she hasn't got any of the harassing messages. The other did. When she told me this, it pissed me right the fuck off. I'm not a person to call the police. I hate calling the police. Okay, it just me. I hate the police, especially me called the OPP, Ontario Provincial Police. Well, that was the first people. That was the first ones I called was the Ontario Provincial Police. I even said to them like, just me talking to you right now is giving me an anxiety attack. Okay, and she's like, boom. She did this officer, get her name now, but she was absolutely fucking awesome. I hope she sees this video one day. She did an absolute amazing job. I have to give her credit. She's an amazing person, civilian personnel in the OPP. She did an amazing job. Connected me with the people, somebody to talk to, it helped calm me down. And I mean, she understood what I was coming from. I was pissed off. I was ready what this guy deserved. And I was like, I don't care. I don't want to happen to anybody who touched this friend of mine. What would happen to him without hesitation? So you shouldn't be saying this to us, sir. But I understand where you're coming from. It's like I know I shouldn't be saying it to you guys, but you know what? That tells you how much I care about this person, about these people. Okay, they're like family to me. So they're more family to me than some actual family. Uh, so it's one of those. Okay, they couldn't help me with situations. They would have to call and all this. Like, oh, fair enough, understandable, understand that. Had to call the Bury police about it. So sent something for the Sunday, last Sunday. Um, I call my uncle, like just hopefully it takes a quick boom, blam, bam thing, and I pick up my stuff and let's get the fuck out of here. As we're out, as we're waiting for police to show up, which they never did till about 4 in the afternoon, and we're already long gone. We can't go back. I have no notification back to pick my stuff up. We witnessed Alex taking the receipts of my toolboxes out of my toolbox. One of my toolboxes. I have three of them. I have three toolboxes. And putting papers in there, probably no, whatever, and back into it. So, okay, this is around 1:30 ish. We wait till about 2 and we had to leave. We had to go somewhere. And it was just one of those things. I'm like, really? Okay. What is he doing? I see what he's doing. I said, as soon as I knew which side he was on, like, oh, I know what he was doing. That's where my receipts were for my tools. Have it on video. Have it on video. So contact the police, boom, finally fast forward all week. I was like, I'm trying to find another way to pick up my clothes, blankets, stuff like that, my stuff, my personal stuff. So I tried. I didn't want to bring the same person they had brought me on Sunday due to I can't do it to him. Couldn't waste his time twice. I contacted a friend I haven't talked to shit. I've known for 30 plus years, 33 flipping years. Uh, if they knew anybody that could help me, I contacted a couple other people. I contacted my dad and another uncle. None of them could help. They couldn't do it. My dad didn't have a vehicle that's capable of it. Neither did my friend that actually helped me. But we made do. Literally, we made do. I didn't want that much stuff. Okay. And we go do it. We finally get up there today. Waited. I got to Barrie around 12, a little after noon. So at 12:30, at 12:25, I arrived in Barrie, pulled into Barrie to get my stuff. So I go do my normal usual routine, washroom and all this stuff. Waited eight, nearly 8 fucking hours, 7.5, 8 flipping hours for an officer to finally get back to me. I called them when I got to Barrie. I go, no, okay, I'm in Barrie now. Can you hurry up and get an officer dispatched? Only my way from my friend, so I won't be up at that area till about 1:30. So roughly, I estimated about we up there at 1:30 ish. So we go, we're waiting in the car, talking, catching up, just relaxing, just calm. No officer. An officer shows up, drives by. It was for urgent call, so it wasn't for me, unfortunately. Same unit. It wasn't for me. It actually didn't show up at about 8, 10 to 8. I finally called at 7:49. I would get back into barracks. I went to my friend's house, had dinner, just sat down, talked, relaxed, chilled out, caught up a bit more, all the whole 9 yards. So it's a nice relaxed evening. I phoned up with the officer and set up. does his usual thing, says some other bullshit, and so we're there. Get back to Barry. When I finally got the phone, I said, we need to get you fired up more often. That response, I was just like, boom, get there. Don't talk about it. We get tools. Like, we have a toolbox. I said, well, I can't help you with toolbox. Tools. He said this. So what he said is that it was a joint thing. It was between the two of us. So we had a deal that, boom, boom, that you can't prove the tools were yours. So you're at shit out of luck. Okay, I kind of figured that was going to happen, honestly. I'm going to be honest, I figured that was going to be what's going to happen. I mean, I'm at my options now that I don't know what I'm going to do. To me, what Alexander Gordon did, is tantamount to theft. He knows good right. He lied right to the fucking officer that he didn't spend a dime on those tools. Those are my fucking tools. So there's about $1,400 for the tools I have. I had my sockets, wrenches, screwdrivers, cordless drill, cordless impact. Not cheap. My cordless drill and cordless impact were not cheap. They're high-end Bosch units. I buy quality. I know when I look for those tools. So here we go. And then I tell the officers, you know what? I'm a bigger man. I'm not going to go it. Well, they put Alex, who worked for a moving company, AMJ Campbell, at his very office. I mean, if I'm sure if his bosses saw how he packed one of those boxes, he would be fired. He would not be ever welcome back at AMJ. Because if I was the bosses over at AMJ, the owners at AMJ, I said, I don't want that fucking idiot around with this company ever again. Because he's a fucking moron. He's an idiot. He said, oh, we're not your moving service. Well, no, you show a little bit of respect and actually pack things out properly. Also, he mixed in cat shit with my clothes. Yeah, it's the type of people Alex and Don Gordon, that whole fucking Gordon family is like. They're a bunch of fucking crazy fucking idiots. I think, okay, I mean, they're crazy. They're all of them are crazy. From what I should know, I come from crazy family myself, but we're not that vindictive and that insulting and that fucking disgusting to people. We were brought up with better morals, a better sense. You don't fuck up with people's things. You don't steal damage people's clothes from a gift from somebody close to them. That's what happened. So people say, you need to calm down. You're overreacting. Really, I'm overreacting. You have no fucking clue about what an overreaction is for me. Overreaction for me is somebody who's not going to be able to have camp, or they're not going to be, they have a little headache after it. Okay, that's not I'm saying. It's a warning. Say that to me, you're overreacting. You might just find yourself with a massive fucking headache. Okay, so that missing from what I can tell so far, I'm missing a couple things. I'm missing Kawartha's dairy mug, a, uh, a glass, 3, 4 glasses, a blanket, and a couple towels. They claim, and about $500 they owe me still. I didn't, you know what? I was in the rack for that, and I'm still not too sure what action to take against them. I have a case for small claims court. I know, and I might go that route next week or so. To fuck these guys over. I mean, literally, it's like I'm gonna go for the juggler. Sorry, I'm not gonna put up with it. I'm gonna get walked over ever again because Alex And Donovan, you two are fucking thieves. You're fucking idiots. You're fucking children. You're fucking cowards. You're not fucking men. You're little boys. You called me a coward for walking away. A real man walks away. Okay, you're not real men. You're little boys. You attack when you don't have the power. You think you have the power, but you don't. You need to grow the fuck up, both of you. And who knows? I will be seeing you in court. Who knows? Because you don't deserve a damn thing. Enjoy that nice truck of yours, Alex. It might not be yours much longer. Have a great night, everyone.